I woke up and realized I left my tools on a job site. I woke up and I realized I left on an attic light. I wish that I could unknow and get my life back. But I woke up, realized that I'm a hack, 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 hack. Hack, 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 hack. I am here to confess I leave run caps in their boxes. I would like to clear my name, but I leave drain plugs in a 48 frame. I wish that I could know and get my life back. But I woke up and realized that I'm a hack, hack, hack.
Just a dirty hack.
Hack, hack, hack.
A no good, rotten hack.
Hello, internet friends. How are you doing this evening? It's good to see you. Clint, you asked me in the chat here about the Craig jig, and yes, I was using the Craig jig right here. I actually added a Husky clamp to it. For those of you who can't see this on a podcast, this is the Craig pocket hole jig. This isn't HVAC related, but it's my show, so I can do what I want. And I have a Husky, and then I have this little simple Craig jig, which is, you got to clamp it down, guys. You can hear it clamping podcast, guys. These takes a while. There we go. There'd be a board there normally. So, oh, that was loud too. Man, that's unprofessional. Sorry. Let me get my hair placed properly on the stream. Randy Laz, how's it going? We have HVAC Tech Want to Be. If you want to be, you can be. Just, you got to put your heart in it. East Coast says 8:03, where you at? Yep, it was at the time. Now it's 8:05. Time marches on. 8:03 on January 30th, 2023 no longer exists. But the question is, did it ever exist? My contention, no, it did not. Because the Langoliers have already eaten it. Who knows what that means? Put it in the chat. Adam Chi, it's good to see you here. Clint Glasgow, my more than 6 months supporter. Thank you so much, sir. Adam Sessford, first time I think I've seen your name in there. Good evening. And we have My HVAC Life, which is somebody else. I can't remember his other name, but he changed his name. So he's trying to focus on my sponsor banner. That's a good thing, I guess, but a little bit more Zach here. All right. Stephen King. Adam Heiss is right. The Langoliers were for Stephen King. It was like a made-for-TV movie. Man, look at that. Clint Glasgow has been a member for 26 months. First of all, Brandon Brinney is here to say that, how did you get that to come on the screen, first of all? How did that even happen? It's like up there at the top of my screen and stuff. That's weird. I don't know how that happened. For those of you who can see the live chat, I don't know. I don't know how YouTube works. You'd think I would. I've been here before. So that was a bad movie. That's what Brandon Bruni said. The Langoliers was not a bad movie. For some reason, after all these years, I just love that movie. It is bad. It was a made for TV movie. It was bad, but I just like it. I don't know why. It's one of those things. I don't know. I'm trying to remember the name of the other made for TV Stephen King movie. It was like Storm of the Century. I think Storm of the Century was the one where they came and got the guy's kid or something, and the guy from Wings was in the movie. Somebody help me out here. That's a lot of really, really vague stuff right there. Guys, of course, you can see off to the, I have my brilliant single stage kerosene furnace back here. It is perfect. It is the perfect heating equipment. The stand, Night Flyer. You guys are coming up with all the old ones. Everybody that's saying this stuff is around the same age. Just get that? I'm 43, and I'm guaranteed that all the guys who are rattling this off are somewhere near 43. So Clint Glasgow says he's going to send me the DVD. That would be great. That would be great. Fantastic. Eat the world. Yes, the Langoliers, for those of you who don't know and are wondering, which is none of you, but who cares? The Langoliers are little, I think I'm like Pac-Man. Like Pac-Man, there's like a bunch of them, and they eat the past. That's the premise of the movie. These Langoliers eat the past. And these people, I forget why they're stuck in the past. I don't remember. It's been a long time. But remember, they have to fly a plane out of the past. It's just really, really plausible. It's really plausible. Adam Sesford said it's one of my hangover movies. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't had a hangover in a long time, but I did some doozies back in the day. Adam, you should have been there. I don't know how old you were. Maybe you were there. But I did. Most people, they drink throughout their life in small amounts. I decided to do all my drinking in a very concentrated period from the ages of 19 to 23. And that, I got my whole quota in there, and I moved on after that. Eventually, I stopped altogether. I haven't drank anything since I was like 27 years old, so it's been 16 years. Not because it's bad or evil or something like that, but just because for me, it just isn't a good idea. Nothing great ever happened while I was drinking. Wait, let's see if I can do this. Nothing. What stays in Vegas? Oh, all right. I got to stop. The thing keeps focusing on the stupid banner behind me. I'm going to move over and get in the way. Yellow Jacket's a sponsor, but I mean, come on. Can't take the spotlight. What's up, Raw Mesa? It's good to see you, Raw Mesa. HVAC Life says The Mist. Yeah, The Mist is another one. Which reminds me, guys, I don't know if you knew this, but back a long time ago, in the British Isles, there was a deadly fog that would actually kill people. That was a true thing that happened. It was a phenomena. I don't know when it was, within the last 100 years or so. Maybe it was in the 1800s. I'm not sure. My information is sketchy at best, but it was a real thing, and there was a fog that killed people. My watch telling me my wife has arrived at the Pender High School to pick up my daughter from FCA. Many of you will know what that means. FCA is the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. My daughter is Christian. During this particular get-together, she's Christian, and after she leaves, she backslides right back into how she normally acts. One day it'll take, maybe. One day it will. All right, guys, what are you guys up to? Write it down in the chat here. What have you been up to? What have you been doing? Let's get a conversation started. I've been doing this, the HVAC news bit for a while, and I was doing it live a little bit too. So we're gonna give that a whack. Okay. Obviously, you can see from behind me, Yellow Jacket is a sponsor of this show. They have their new neck light. Hey, look, it's the neck light right here. I've been using it when walking my dog. I'm going to tell you what, this is a really nice light. I'm also going to tell you that I like headlamps better. I do like headlamps better. That's just my personal opinion. I have this, and I don't know what the other one is. I think it's up at the house. And I have like a headlamp. It's like 500 lumens. It's from Walmart. It's like a hyper tough headlamp. It's rechargeable. I've had it for the better part of a year. It's wonderful. I love the thing. The worst thing that's going on with it is the fact that the little mini USB has gotten loose where you have to kind of, you guys are familiar with this from having phones. We're all slave to phones, right? So when you plug this thing in, you kind of have to put pressure one way so it'll make connection. It'll still charge, but you can tell it's not going to be around forever. But for $25, Okay, so before we do that, and I've mentioned Yellow Jacket here, so I got that sponsorship out of the way. All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more sponsorship thing. Can't reach anything here. I'll just do it on the screen. We'll do my favorite one, Beckett. Beck yourself. Now, this is my slogan. Beck yourself. Wait, hold on. That's not it. Crap. I just ruined it, man. This is live. I can't go back. Check yourself and Beck yourself. Okay. The BK 17 and 22 condensate pumps are great. Asking Beckett, that's what they say. Okay. And they should know because they made them. They will know if they're great or not. Designed to exceed your toughest job demands for condensate removal, including high efficiency gas furnaces. That's right. Not standard efficiency. They don't make condensate, guys. High efficiency, 90% and above. Engineered for quiet operation for condensate water up to 150 degrees. I've tested that. It did fine. Automatic start-stop operation with a thermally protected motor. What more could you ask for, bro? It's got it all. Hey, here we go. Let's do one more and then we'll hit the news. EWC. Hey, man, get this app if you do zoning. It's the EWC Controls app. You can find it on the internet with your phone. And you have a bypass calculator built into this, EWC product selector, every tech bulletin ever created, and live tech support only 2 clicks away. So all of you 3-click people, you're garbage. It's a 2-click thing available for iOS, which is Apple. That's Apple. And Android devices. And that is what it is for. And they say, it's on the screen here, their goal is to make your life a little easier. So I would prefer much easier, but you take what you can get, okay? So I'm going to try this. This is going to be kind of goofy and messed up, but I'll give it a try. I have like notes down here. We're going to try to do a little bit of the fake news, and we'll get into what you guys are working on after we do some fake news. Here we go. Good evening. In the fake news, here we are. I'm doing it here live. There was a national spelling bee for various HVAC manufacturers, which was won in a surprise win by Goodman Manufacturing. Although Goodman could barely spell the words deter or discombobulate, the final championship word was formicary. Therefore, Goodman was destined to win. Story number 1. Story number 2. I got to make sure, I write stuff down here and it's hard to read. So I need to work on that. Okay. Recently on a service call, technician Bobby Bobetti stumbled across a unit that had come from Train. And even the units now are vaccinated for coronavirus, it seems, because while he was in the bad part of town, he found that one unit was completely full of syringes. And he assumed it was the booster shots for coronavirus. Be careful out there, Bobby. Story number 2. Story number 3. This is my favorite one because I wrote down this great town name in this. Okay. There was an awful flood in Dishwalla, Nebraska. They were counting blue cars before the flood happened. It was the Ocalawachahachi River overflowed in Dishwalla, Nebraska. But they were able to make a bridge across it because since Dishwalla is mostly trailer parks, they were able to find enough Nordine badges to build a bridge. And that is the fake news, guys. All right, that was the fake news, guys. I hope you were slightly entertained. And old Bobby Bobetti, he came back to life. As you recall, in a previous news story, he was beaten to death by union members. But it turns out, like many union deaths, it was only a facade. That's good. Bobby Bobetti. Yes123 says he has train nightmares. Yeah, train nightmares. Well, to be a train dealer, you have to go through an Illuminati process. And this is what I understand because Ted told me this. Okay, you have to go through, this is fake, by the way. So, when you go talk to Ted, it's like, Zach said you did this stuff, man. This is weird. So, to be a train dealer, you actually have to go through an Illuminati test process. Your IQ has to be over 100. That doesn't seem that spectacular. And you also have to go through a hazing ritual, which you can see depicted in the movie Animal House by Kevin Bacon shouting, "Thank you, may I have another?" Just go to the about 1/3 of the way through the movie, you should find the train Illuminati process. Illuminati. That's right, not Coppernotti, Illuminati. Hey, that's a bad joke. That's really bad. So let's head back up. Let me see what you guys are working on this week. Cannon Casey says, I've been working currently in a thing you've never seen, a basement. Well, Cannon Casey, who, first of all, is not even an HVAC technician. He's a pizza boy that owns a valve core remover. I'm going to just say that right now. He's not even a real technician. He owns a valve core remover, and he doesn't even know what it is. You don't even want to know where he puts it. So Cannon Casey says, I've never worked in a basement, and he's mostly right, because there aren't any basements in coastal North Carolina, because by the time you dig it out, it's already full of water. And as all you guys know, water and basements do not go together. And the sump pump will not last running 24 hours a day, especially near the beach, where it'll be nice salty water as well. But yeah, there's not many basements here, truthfully speaking. We've worked in, over my 25-year career, just a handful of basements. And some of them were just in the most odd spot. I had one in the middle of rural Pender County where I'm at. There's no other basement, but this one house on a lake has a basement. The system's actually in the basement. I think I actually did a video of this too, like a duct repair. Like it was all moldy and stuff because there was a flood in there. Shocking. And like the sump pump failed, and I had to replace a lot of the duct work. I think I replaced the system, I think. But it's been a long, long time. And I've seen like a handful, probably not even 10 over the entire 25 years. So he's right about that, so to speak. Raw Mesa says, been super slow in Memphis, not much going on. Okay, yeah, it's kind of that time of year, I guess, for a lot of people. Brandon says, new construction in January in Wisconsin. That sounds like it sucks. I'm just going to be honest with you, that sounds horrible. Because in Wisconsin, see, if we correct for the weather, you minus 50 from where we're at. Today it was like 60 something, 62. So it was 12 in Wisconsin. That's how you do that. That's math right there, guys. Write that down. YouTube Pro says, serious heating system, no heat service calls. Serious. Hey, serious systems, guys. All right. Serious. Brandon Brenny says, $1 million house. Hey, all right. $1 million house. Maybe they have a couple of those propane rocket heaters out there. You could huddle in front of those for 55 minutes and then go work for 5 minutes, an hour. Adam says, maintenance, flame sensors, and customers with phantom funny smells. Yay. What was the funny smell, Adam? You got to put that in the chat, too. We got to know what the end was. Or was it just the customers like, cuckoo, crazy, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Brandon says, only new house I've done in over a year. Okay, so he doesn't do new houses a lot. And let me see here what we got. Justin Beaver, my only moderator. The only one that qualifies as moderator on this channel. And the only one ever. I was actually talking to you last week. I don't know if you saw that or not. And if you didn't, it's going to be hard to explain here out of context. But the clouds are moving. Clouds are moving. And the sun's coming out, basically. And explaining that on air is not going to make much sense, is it? So, yeah. Like I told Joe last week, I'm getting off the island. It's like Gilligan's Island, except it's like an emotional island. And I've been stuck there, but instead of with a zany cast of characters, I've been by myself. There isn't even a beach ball to talk to. No beach balls. It's just an island, and I think I'm about to build a raft and go cast away on this island. I think I'm almost there. You blocked me for a... Joe's never been Joe was probably blocked by... Maybe they're talking about anti-DIY. That's the only person I can think of that he's talking about. JPM Barron says -1 here right now in the southeast Minnesota. Man, and Adam says he couldn't reproduce the smell, but she said it smells it every now and then. Awesome. That's great. Smells it every now and then. Super helpful. Yeah, Joe doesn't get blocked, except by Ted. We all know that Ted's the only one who would ever block Joe, because Joe, it's like this weird thing. It's like, you ever play video games when you're a kid, and like the bad guys have like a weakness. It's like, this bad guy's weak against fire magic or something like that. Well, Ted is weak against Joe. That's basically how that works. I like Ted, but Ted's weak against Joe. That's just the way it is. Someone sends Zach away. Hey, you know what? I'm for real going to find a soccer ball and sit it behind me next week, and then I'll have something. Or maybe I'll come back tomorrow. What's the likelihood of that? Let me quickly tabulate the likelihood of me coming back tomorrow. Let me see. Let me do some math. I got my paper here. It says it is actually comes out at 0%. 0% chance. But I do want that. It was a volleyball, Joe, not a soccer ball. What the world? Joe, did you even see the movie? Because Castaway is great. Okay. So Joe says him and Ted are friends right now. That sounds like a fabrication to me. For those of you who did not win the spelling bee, what I'm saying is Joe is lying. He's lying. He's a filthy, rotten, stinky liar. So our other two sponsors, great timing, by the way. Way to drop in there. You saw True Tech Tools at the beginning. Use the Shop Talk discount code to save 8%. Hey, guys, True Tech Tools, go on over there. Use the Shop Talk discount code. Come on, we really need it because eggs cost $6 for 12 of them. We need it. So use our code. Everyone else that has a code looks like they're doing better than me. So I mean, use my code. You know what I'm saying? Let's help out the disadvantaged children, my children. You know what I'm saying? Let's help them out. And let me rack my brain here for my other sponsors. I did Yellow Jacket, did Beckett, Navac. Navac's got a new tubing bender that's battery powered. Guys, why are you going to hurt your arms bending tubes? You going to go for the spring benders? No. Spring bender? What is this? 1912? Get the battery tubing bender. Do it. Their batteries work in other stuff too. I mean, I'm not going to say Makita, but I think a Makita battery works on the pump as well. It may not, so don't hold me to that, but I think Makita batteries may work on it. So if you like Makita, I personally, hold on a second. I'm personally a Ryobi man. I'm like most people, like me and Justin. Justin's a Ryobi man too. We all like, we all like the Ryobi. This is made in the same factory by the same Chinese people as make Milwaukee, I think. And there's an A on it. What does that A mean? Amplitude modulation? I don't know. So me and Justin, we're big Ryobi friends. And here's an even big fat Ryobi. See, look at that. It's 40 volts. Still not as much as a wall outlet, but it's also direct current, so you can't take that for granted there. Let's see. Oh, I'm Zach. I have so many sponsors, I can't remember them all. Well, you know what? There's like the truth to that. Sometimes I don't remember them all, but then it's probably because of that alcohol abuse I was talking about from when I was 19 to 23. A lot of it's, that could explain some of it. So I told you Navac. We did Yellow Jacket. We got EWC. We got Beckett and True Tech Tools. I think that's all of them. Okay. My HVAC Life said that would make a good doorstop. HVAC Life, are you kidding me with this stuff? It's Ryobi, all right? It's basically Milwaukee Light. That's all it is. It's you know what? It's equivalent to Milwaukee, and I can prove it. They even go beyond Milwaukee because you will not find. And I'm walking away from the mic. I'm sorry. You will not find a Milwaukee saw that looks like this. Okay, look at this custom dust collection on the front of this saw. Look at that. And you guys are saying, what is this crap? For you on the podcast, I have a 5.5-inch circular saw made by Rio Milwaukee, if you want to call them that. A bird anchor. All right, so this saw looks like an abomination, but the dust actually shoots out of this thing, and I can put a vacuum on it and use it in the shop, and it's relatively good. Now, is it strong? Let's change the subject. Now, speaking of changing the subject, every package that I have to send out is going out tomorrow. Why are you guys talking trash about this stuff? See, this is the same guys. These are the same guys that want to say all the equipment's the same. Okay, all the equipment can't be the same. All right, it's all the exact same, or it's all different. Okay, my personal favorite piece of equipment in the entire world is the Rheem RP14, guys. The Rheem RP14 is the best piece of equipment that's ever been made. I'm just going to say it, on Earth. I can't speak for other planetary systems. I did watch the movie Interstellar, so it does seem like there may be other units in other places that we can't get to, but I'm pretty sure that it's the best. RP14, guys. That's Rheem. That's Rheem out there, or Rudd, or whatever, or Weather King, or whatever else, that Fujitsu, maybe Fujitsu. So that's just all I got to say. Now, I was thinking about something. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you guys a story here. This is going to be on the subject just about as much as everything else the show has offered you guys. So, both of my twins are driving. They're practicing driving. They don't have licenses yet. They don't have licenses yet, but they're doing in North Carolina. I don't know how it is in other parts of the country, but you have to have 60 hours of driving, which includes 10 hours of nighttime driving. So my son's about 30 hours. My daughter's, 20 something. So my daughter's driving home the other day, and I'm just kind of looking at my phone. I'm supposed to be going like, you went a little bit too fast around the curve there, or try to straighten up a little bit, straighten up and fly right. But I was looking at my phone because phones, that's what they do. Phones are Satan's playground. That's what they are. Okay. And it draws you in. So you're like looking at something, all of a sudden you're like, ooh, I got to check this. I got to see how many likes I got, see what my value is today. So I was doing that. I look up and there is a giant bird like 10 feet in front of this car. And keeping in mind that cars probably travel like 60, 70, 80 feet per second. I look up at this bird. At the same moment, it smacks against the glass of our minivan. Now, the minivan has a windshield that has an angle of feels like 20 degrees. It's like really low. It's not that low. So the bird skids off the top, but I'm about to lose it in my drawers because I turn around and I literally do this. Like I'm holding both of my hands up, like totally off guard. It was pretty funny. My daughter said it would have been great if she would have filmed it. I agree. I would have shown you guys here on the show. All about it. So let's see. HVAC Tech Wannabe says power benders for office workers. I don't know what that even means. And Cannon Casey says Casey's makes the best gas station pizza out of all the gas station pizza. I don't even know if this was like stream of consciousness or something, much like the show. So I guess it matches pretty well. Cannon Casey, I've only eaten gas station pizza a handful of times, and I'm gonna tell you that I found that it's okay. I never had like the stereotypical like you eat gas station pizza and you have diverticulitis after that. I never got that whole thing. I don't eat the hot dogs on that spinning rotisserie wheel because those things look like they've been up there for a while, like Jimmy Carter administration a while. They've been up there for a long, long time, and I know that eating at work, it can be perilous because Justin said, oh, that's a good comment. Not that all y'all's comments weren't good up until then. That's not what I'm saying. Well, back to the comment. Justin Beaver says, I really don't see the need in a battery-powered bender or swager. That's lazy. All right, I've never used the battery-powered swager more than on this show. So let's think about it. The battery swager takes about 12 seconds to use. I like this whole comment about pizza now. We'll get back to that. So that's interesting, though. How much power does it take to use a powered bender or swager? I don't know. They don't take a whole lot of effort. He's right. But do you want to have a power bender or swager? If you had to do 100 of them or something, would it make a difference? I don't know. You guys tell me. Would you buy this thing? Has anybody bought either one of these things? That'd be the good question. Embrace technology. Talk about some sayings that go back. Who knows where embrace technology even came from? I do. I remember. Let's see here. Let's go back to gas station pizza for a second while we get some responses. We have Hunt Brothers Pizza is better gas station pizza. My HVAC life, I've had Hunt Brothers Pizza, and I liked it. It was good. I did have that. Clint Glasgow says 7-Eleven pizza is bad. I never had 7-Eleven pizza. The 7-Elevens went away like years ago here. Let's see. About like a powered caulk gun. Hey, I bought a powered caulk gun, and I agree with that. It was useless, and I sold it to somebody else. I didn't like it. Clint Glasgow said he's never used a bender in 25 years. So that's a veteran telling you. So that's an interesting subject right here. I hope NIVAC's watching. First of all, they signed a 12-month contract, so I'm not worried about them dumping me. They will dump me immediately after 12 months, so that's up to them. But would you guys use them or not? Let's have some more people. Has anyone bought it? That's what I want to know. Has anyone bought it? HVAC Life says the NIVAC hand swager is not bad for a quick repair. Are we talking about the powered one or like the little one that you just go quick, 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 quick? Which one are you talking about? That noise, for those of you who are wondering, is okay. All right. Candy K said, I don't think I need either because I don't work with copper enough to need one. Blah, blah, blah. Now, a battery powered caulking gun is a must. Yeah, it's not a must. He's being facetious. 7-Eleven pizza comes from India, frozen, and comes on a boat. That doesn't sound very fast. Dr. Pepper Zero, guys. Not a sponsor, but they ought to be. I'm going to drink some. Just hold on. Hillmore, Bender, and Swager, all you need. I don't need all them batteries. That's a good point. A lot of batteries. I'm looking at a whole row of batteries here. None of them are for those tools. So I like the Hillmore, Swager, and Bender. That was pretty good. Well, Navac Swager's about the same as those. I don't know if Navac even had a Bender that wasn't battery powered. I do not recall. I used a Yellow Jacket one. The first Yellow Jacket Bender was bad, and then the second one was good. Renee Cuevas, that Dr. Pepper Zero is one of the finest drinks on the planet. Okay? It tastes almost like Dr. Pepper. Okay? And you know what? Speaking of that, I was in Food Line the other day, and I saw that there was a new version of Sprite that's called something else that Food Line makes. It also was bad. Really bad. Adam High says, I agree, Justin. Can't tell you the last time I bought copper fittings. Brandon says, I bought the Milwaukee PVC shear and the copper cutter works good, but not worth it. Interesting. So they have the ones, everybody has like a PVC cutter. DeWalt even has one that works with an impact driver now. Now, cutting PVC, it ain't that hard with a good PVC cutter. Now, you get those like $10 ones that have no ratchet or anything. You might break your arm trying to cut something, but a good one cuts pretty easily. Renee's in Miami. Cannon K says, oh, look at you being healthy, kind of. Hey, I don't eat well, but I walk. Okay? 15,000 steps a day. You guys can see. Hold on a second. Crap. Yeah, well. 13,818. I got to walk. Starry. James. Starry is the name of the Sprite thing. Yes, absolutely right. Starry. Yeah, I'm very healthy, though. Let's see. Oh, Justin says, Zach, try the Sunkist Zero Sugar. Awesome. I've never tried that. Sunkist, I can't remember which one Sunkist is. Not the orange one, is it? That's Orange Crush, I bet. I can't remember which one Sunkist is. I had to try it. Renee says Sunkist is okay when you're thirsty. Yeah, Starry is the name of the Sprite because they come in here and they have this Starry drink, and they all have these store brand drinks. And by and large, I don't really like store brand drinks. I've tried them, and I don't like them as much as regular drinks. But we go in there, and my wife says, I'll try the Starry. She tries it. It's no good. It tastes just like Sprite, but the aftertaste is really bad. It's like it comes in there, it's like, oh, this is Sprite. And you're like, oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. That's what it felt like. My HVAC life says tequila and Sprite. You have a problem. You have a problem. You talk to somebody. James says Pepsi renamed Sierra Mist to Starry. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, right. James says, only know this because Publix was giving them away. All right, Publix was giving them away, guys. They're not good. If a store gives them away, that's bad. That's really bad. Regular Dr. Pepper is best drink, period. Oh, I do love, 23 flavors. Can't go wrong. Renee Cuevas says, in Miami, you park 3 blocks away from any building job due to a lot of walking here with HVAC tools. That's true. I didn't have the problem as a residential owner. I never had that problem, but before, when I worked for my dad, he'd do jobs that were larger. I never did stuff large in scope. I started my business in 2009, and I closed the company in 2019 as far as town and country. Never did a big building, never did a whole lot of commercial stuff, very minimal. And the commercial stuff was basically residential stuff in a commercial setting as far as equipment. But my dad would do bigger stuff. And we had this thing, and I hate it, because you go to park somewhere, and you have to work there, and, you guys, like you guys would show up with all of your Roby Link stuff, just like I would. And you have to wheel all that stuff up there. Then you have to go up a flight of stairs or something because the elevators for, the people that, show up in the suits to show everything around, like the real estate person will show up in the suits. Let me going, and this is going to be the ballroom, and this will be the blah, blah, blah. And you're over there like sweating and bleeding. So like, it's only the ballroom because of me, man. And you had to carry stuff up from like 3 floors. I hated that. I hated doing all that commercial install stuff in that setting. And it seems like all of it was that way. I remember apartment buildings. I remember the big place called Brooklyn Art Center. I think it was Brooklyn Art. This is downtown Wilmington. Almost all this stuff is downtown Wilmington. Brooklyn Art Center, Laurel Oaks Apartments. These places were all just miserable to try to park in. I remember doing even some housing developments. You'd go in there and there wasn't any roads yet, and everybody would have to park in a spot where they didn't get stuck because all these heavy work vans were 2-wheel drive, and then you had some pickup truck guys in there that were 4-wheel drive that were going to be busy pulling everybody to safety, but all the 2-wheel trucks would get stuck. It's bad. It's bad. Renee Cuevas says 5 minutes to do the job, 45 minutes to park. Yeah, you drive around in circles. Yeah, it's chicken spoke. Yeah, well, where I'm at right now is chicken spoke, but where we go to work, it's Wilmington. In Wilmington, I think it's like 130, 140,000 people. It's gotten to the point, for those of you who are familiar with southeastern North Carolina, where instead of going to Wilmington, I'll drive to Jacksonville, which a lot of you may be familiar with because of Camp Lejeune, the Marine base. But we'll go to Jacksonville because Jacksonville has half the population, and every single store that you need or every restaurant you want to eat at is typically on Western Boulevard, and it's pretty easy traversing from back and forth. They have everything anybody would want. They have Home Depot, Lowe's, Harbor Freight, and they're all on the same street. There's even a Walmart for the wife. The wife can go to Walmart because you need to pick up something. There's always something. Yeah, those of you with wives. Okay, we're going to close the show with this, okay? Those of you with wives, how many times a day does she call you? I'm just curious about this. I want to see how much it varies. I wish I could set up. Can I set up a poll? Maybe I can do that. Oh, I can start a poll. All right. Now, hold on. I'm going to do the poll. How often does your wife call you in a day? Well, it's going to be worded great. One. I can only do now I can do more. Hold on. Don't be answering yet, guys, because I'm adding it. I'll do 4+. All right. All right. So here I go. I'm going to ask you, you're the community here. If you're not married, okay. Let's see here. All right. Here's the poll. How often does your wife call you in a day? All right. I'm kind of curious how often. Doug, a lot of people say 0. Who are these wives that don't need you to pick stuff up on the way home? Who are these wives? Okay. Are these real people? Are y'all really married? Okay. All right. So we have somebody jumped in there with 4+. All right. So we have 11 votes. 73% say 1 time a day. 18% say 3. And 9% say 4+. I feel bad for you 4+, unless there's some kind of particular reason where I should, not say anything bad about that. I feel bad for you guys. That's a lot. Oh, I should have mentioned text too. I guess not. So yeah, 12 votes. We got 75% now. Oh, yep. She's Clint says never, because I usually tell I have to call back. So yeah, sometimes I could answer, sometimes I couldn't. My wife liked to call me during the day, and I would call her back like in between calls and stuff like that. So 12 votes, 1 time a day wins 75%. 3 gets 17%, and 4+ gets 8%. That's a lot of them. That's a lot of them, bro. Let's see. My girlfriend never calls me during the day because blow-up dolls don't have phones. Renee Cuevas says when I was married, if she needed me, as many as she wanted. Oh, well, that's nice. HVAC Live, thanks for liking my channel. Not to take any shine from that. Hey, man, you go ahead and do your thing, man. I don't care. I don't care. You can say, I don't think you can put a link. You can probably put a link, and I can approve it. And I don't care. You can do that. I don't mind that at all. Like all of a sudden they're going to say, we're all going to his channel, and we're never watching Zach again. Ha ha ha. Yeah. She always needed milk, eggs, and breads. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Milk, eggs, and bread. Hey, that's $35 now. All right. And on that happy note, I'm going to get out of here, guys. It was my pleasure, as usual. I will see you very soon. Here's a percentage chance I will see you tomorrow. Now I'm going to have to do it, right? I'm going to have to show up. 0%. So, and guys, it was a pleasure, as always. Keep working hard. I'll see you soon. And that's kind of, I've already ended the show right there. I usually say see you on the next one. I got to say it anyway. See you on the next one.